Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS FANS. Let's get to the news. Now folks, if you're a Falcons enthusiast, you know how dramatic this offseason has been, and the latest shakeup in the coaching staff just adds fuel to the fire. It's a moment that could define not just the immediate future but the entire trajectory of the team for years to come. You see, after that shocking 30-0 loss to the Carolina Panthers, an absolute blowout that left fans and analysts alike scratching their heads, the Falcons didn't just brush it off as a bad game. No, they took decisive action. They announced the immediate dismissal of Ike Hilliard, the wide receivers coach, a move that speaks volumes about how serious they are about turning things around. That game against the Panthers was more than just a loss, it was a wake-up call. Atlanta's offense, which has been striving to find consistency all season, completely faltered. Their passing attack, which is supposed to be a key component of their game plan, was stifled entirely. The Panthers' defense was relentless, and the Falcons' wide receivers couldn't generate the separation needed to make plays. It's a stark reminder that even with talented players, coaching and scheme adjustments are crucial, especially when facing divisional rivals who are eager to prove themselves. Following this disheartening performance, the Falcons' front office made the tough but necessary decision to part ways with Ike Hilliard. His tenure with the team has been marked by some struggles, particularly around producing the kind of explosive plays Atlanta needs to compete at a higher level. The wide receiver core, while full of potential, has yet to consistently deliver on that promise on game day. It's one of those situations where the front office and coaching staff felt a change was essential to spark new energy and ideas into their passing game. Now, in the wake of this decision, the Falcons have turned to a familiar face who's no stranger to the organization, TJ Yates. Fans will remember him from his previous role as the passing game coordinator, a role where he helped shape the Falcons' offensive strategies. Yates, who transitioned to coaching quarterbacks ahead of the 2024 season, is now stepping back into a position that aligns perfectly with his experience, coaching the wide receivers. This move indicates a clear shift in strategy, emphasizing the team's commitment to revitalizing their passing attack and ensuring that their wide receivers are better prepared to make an impact. But why did this move become so urgent? Well, the game against the Panthers was a perfect storm highlighting the Falcons' offensive woes. The inability to move the ball effectively, to sustain drives, and to capitalize on scoring opportunities has been a recurring theme this season. Despite having talented players, the execution has lacked consistency. The coaching staff's role in developing that talent and implementing effective schemes is vital, and the Falcons clearly felt that Hilliard was not the right fit to bring out the best in their receivers. Let's talk about the players for a moment. The Falcons have invested in some promising wide receivers, such as Drake London and Kyle Pitts, both of whom have shown flashes of brilliance, but they've struggled to consistently connect with their quarterback, Desmond Ridder, especially under pressure or in tight situations. The offensive line has also faced challenges, which only compounds the difficulties in developing a rhythm. But it's not just about talent, it's about coaching, strategy, and execution. That's why this coaching change is so significant. It's a strategic move to unlock the potential of the entire passing game. Looking ahead, fans are naturally curious about what this means for the team's offensive approach. With Yates now at the helm of the wide receiver group, the Falcons are hoping to see a spark. Yates' familiarity with the team's offensive philosophy, combined with his previous experience as a passing game coordinator, should bring a more cohesive and dynamic approach to their passing strategies. The hope is that this change will translate into more explosive plays, better route running, and more accurate throws from Ridder, ultimately making the Falcons' offense more unpredictable and dangerous for defenses. This move also raises questions about the overall direction of the Falcons' coaching staff. Head coach Arthur Smith has always been focused on balancing the run and pass game, but with recent struggles, he's clearly not afraid to shake things up. It's a clear sign that the Falcons are willing to do whatever it takes to improve, even if it means making tough decisions early in the season. And that's the kind of attitude that could pay off, especially in a division as competitive as the NFC South, where every game counts and margins are razor-thin. The NFC South has been a fascinating division this season. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, with their veteran quarterback and solid defense, remain a threat, but the Falcons are determined to not just compete but to dominate. The Carolina Panthers, who handed Atlanta that humiliating loss, are also trying to find their footing after a shaky start. The New Orleans Saints, another division rival, have been inconsistent but dangerous when their offense clicks. It's shaping up to be a division that's wide open, and the Falcons know that a revitalized passing game could be their ticket to climbing the standings and making a real playoff push. This coaching change also underscores how much the Falcons believe in their young core and their potential to grow into a playoff-caliber team. Players like Drake London and Kyle Pitts are still developing, and now with a fresh approach to coaching the wide receivers, there's hope that they can elevate their game significantly. It's about creating the right environment for these young stars to thrive, to develop chemistry with Ritter, and to become the offensive threats that the Falcons envisioned when they drafted them. Of course, fans are eager to see how quickly this new coaching dynamic takes hold. The season is still young, and there's plenty of football left to play. The Falcons have the talent and the resilience to turn things around, but it will require patience, adaptation, and a collective effort from players and coaches alike. The NFL is a league where momentum can change in a single game, and this coaching shakeup could be the catalyst that propels Atlanta into a new offensive era. Throughout this process, all eyes will be on how Yates manages the wide receivers and how Ritter responds to this new coaching approach. Will we see more creative route concepts? Will the timing and chemistry improve? These are the questions fans and analysts will be dissecting as the season unfolds. One thing is certain: the Falcons are not content to sit back and accept mediocrity. They're making bold moves, and that's a good sign for an organization eager to reestablish itself as a playoff contender. And as always, the fans' energy and support play a crucial role in these transitions. The passionate Atlanta faithful have endured ups and downs, but their loyalty remains unwavering. With this coaching change, there's a renewed sense of hope and determination that the Falcons can overcome obstacles and emerge stronger. It's this kind of resilience that has always characterized the team's identity, never backing down, always fighting for every yard, every win. So, what does the future hold? Well, it's hard to predict exactly how quickly this change will translate into wins, but the signs are promising. Improving the passing game is a priority, and with a guy like TJ Yates guiding the receivers, there's a belief that the Falcons can finally unlock the offensive potential they've been striving for. Fans should keep their eyes peeled for the upcoming games, because this is where the real test begins. Will the new coaching approach breathe new life into the Falcons' offense? Will it make them more competitive in the NFC South and beyond? These are the questions that make following this team so exciting right now. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this coaching shakeup? Do you believe that Yates' return to the wide receivers is the right move? How do you see the team bouncing back from that 30-0 loss? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Falcons. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Atlanta Falcons news. Your support and passion are what keep this community alive, and together, we're building something special. Thanks for being part of this journey, and go Falcons!